The easiest way to think about the buying process is to think of it in 3 separate stages. In the beginning stage, establishing your criteria, getting yourself pre-approved, and choosing a realtor, they're kind of done all at the same time, right? Some people start by, looking at properties online, and some people start by, speaking with a mortgage broker. Getting yourself pre-approved, though, I think is definitely going to be the first thing that you really need to do. Now, we have lots of amazing mortgage brokers that we work with and that we've worked with for many years. We can definitely help you with that if you don't already have a mortgage broker. And then pick a realtor. Ultimately that's what you need to do. You need to find a realtor that really represents you and that's somebody that you can feel comfortable with. And if you're not comfortable really approaching your realtor with any question that you have, and feelings, shy about that, then it's probably not the realtor for you. Once you've found a home that you like, essentially what we're doing from there is we're going to write an offer. Now, when you're writing an offer on a property, you're basically saying, I promise to purchase this home at this price, move in on these dates. You want to be able to have that subject process. So where you have your home inspection and you confirm your financing, you review the title search and make sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary on your title search. If you're purchasing strata, you have to read all of the strata minutes, 2 years worth of strata documents. And that's something that we do with you as well. So, we help read all of your documentation and, before removing your subjects and proceeding and moving forward, one thing we do is we sit down with you and make sure that you have all of your questions answered and you really understand all sides of the documentation that you're given. And so once you've written your offer, from there you're going to go through the negotiation process. So depending on what type of a market it's in, what similar properties are selling for, and compare it to the property that you're writing the offer on. Hopefully coming to an agreement with the seller, and then from there you'll have what's called the accepted offer. Now, once you have the accepted offer, you'll have usually about 7 to 10 days to be able to go through that investigative period, also called the subject removal process. So that's where you get to really, have that time to be able to confirm your financing, do your home inspection. Now, we also have some really great home inspectors that we can refer to you if you don't have a home inspector already. Then also, reviewing all of your documentation, title search, strata documents, etc. So that's kind of phase 2, writing the offer, coming to the accepted offer, investigating the period and going through your subject removal period. That's all sort of stage 2. We've researched the property, we've done our inspection, we've, reviewed the strata documents if it's a strata property, and you decide, yes, I want to move forward with this property. I want to purchase it. And we will do what's called the subject removal. Basically, what we do there is we sign another piece of paper saying, as the buyer, I agree to remove these subjects from the contract and therefore making it binding, and I want to move forward with the purchase. And so we sign those documents, and then we also submit our deposit. Typically, industry norm is 5% of the purchase price. And then stage 3 is after the 10 days, we've researched the property, we've done our inspection, we've, reviewed the strata documents if it's a strata property, and you decide, yes, I want to move forward with this property. I want to purchase it. And from there, you just pick a lawyer or notary that you want to sign the conveyance documents with, and you start packing, which is probably the hardest part. When we write the offer and we're really going through that subject removal process, that's when we will be very, very interactive with each other. We'll be talking on a regular basis. We'll really be, spending a lot of time together and making sure that, you as a buyer get all of your questions answered about the process, about the home, about, anything with the, that comes up with the city or the strata documents. We really go through all of that to make sure that you're really, really comfortable with the home and really confident that, yes, this is the home you want to purchase. After that, it's almost like we go through separation anxiety. We're like, oh my gosh, Faeine, we're used to talking to you every single day, and now I'm not going to see you until completion. Oh, it's so weird not talking to you every day. But essentially, that's what happens. The final steps are basically, yes, you start packing. You will be signing the final documentation shortly before completion with your lawyer or notary, and get the keys to your new home. Yay!
A lot of people, I think, with first-time home buyers is you don't realize that for a buyer's agent, you don't actually have to cover any of our commission. It's split with the seller's agent, so that's something that you're not having to pay for as a buyer. There is a couple of other costs that do come with buying a home, which is like the property transfer tax, legal fees with your, lawyer and whatnot, adjustments of like the taxes and whatnot. And then, if you hire a moving company or anything like that, anything that comes with moving costs, and then obviously just your deposit. So those are all things just to keep in mind when you are looking to buying a house, that it's not just the down payment that you're having to look at, you're also having to look at those other fees on top of it. We do go into it more with you when we are actually like writing the offer and like when we actually get together and whatnot. Like
Absolutely.
we'll go over all, what you can expect financially so that you have a good idea of what you're going to be, spending, of course, and what you need to have in the bank.
Definitely sit down with you and make sure that you're fully aware and fully prepared to know exactly what you need to do as a buyer to get qualified, and also how much money you need to have in order to be able to successfully complete the purchase without overspending and having any surprises. We want to make sure that you're good and comfortable financially so that this can be an exciting process for you. We want it to be, as enjoyable as possible, and it should be a fun thing. It should be a good thing. Purchasing a property should be a really positive experience and not the other way around. Hope that helps.